Hey guys, so I am back to brewing. It's the first time in, gosh, months. I have not brewed in a long time. So I'm going to do a Hoppy Blonde today. This is a blonde base that has been used at least once or twice for experiments in the club. So brew tubers, there's actually 4 or 5 people that are brewing today. We'll get on a Zoom call here in a little while. They're already started. I'm a little bit later. It's Sunday. Day after Veterans Day, so trying to get my first brew in a long time. Got some work to do. Got a bunch of stuff here behind me. This stuff all needs to be cleaned up. Hasn't been used in months, so need to take it through, give it a good quick cleaning, get things set to go, and then get the day rolling. So I'll take you guys along with me, show you a little bit of footage through the brew day, and just try to get back into it. It's been a while, so try to get back in the swing of things. I'm sure I'll forget stuff as we move along. One thing I did want to mention is if you haven't gone back and looked at the video prior to this, we're over 1,000 subs for the channel. So if you are interested, I am giving away a free pound of hops from Yakima Valley and a free packet of Imperial yeast. That'll be through Beer and Wine Hobby. So if you're interested in that, all you got to do is leave a comment in my last video. And at the end of the month, around Thanksgiving time, I'm going to do a random generator and pick a winner. So if you're interested in that, just giving out some freebies to say thank you for people that are subs of the channel, and then we'll get that sent out to folks. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys, and we'll take you through the brew day here and see how things go. All right, checking a few. All right, so this is my setup. If you haven't seen it before, I'm going to take the hump head off, clean everything in there. I'm going to take both kettles and give them a good quick clean with PBW. I'm going to put them all in the hoses all in the kettle. Probably use this kettle, put PBW in it, and then clean everything through there, rinse it all off, get everything running, give probably a quick run through that setup as well there, the sight glass and everything, get that all set to go. So got some work to do. We'll be using my torpedo keg. It'll be just a second time for this. This can be my new fermenter. Picked that up a while back. I've got a video on that if you're interested at all. And give that a shot. We're going to be, again, a Hoppy Blonde today. And I'm going to be using whole cone hops from a friend of mine that I teach with. And it's her dad actually picked them for me, so I've got them. So we're going to use that in the Whirlpool and in dry hopping. So, all right, I'll catch you here as we move along. All right, so I got everything in the bucket. So all my lines, everything's in here, parts and pieces of everything. Giving it a good soak in PBW, make sure everything's good and clean. Bring the hose out, rinse everything off, get it cleaned up, and get things ready to go so I can get my strike water heating up. If you guys are ever looking into pumps, this is an awesome one. This is by Blickman. This is their Riptide. If you get into it, 2 things you got to make sure you keep track of. This little washer, and that guy goes on the center post here, and then this O-ring, and that goes right on the inside here. Those 2 things, if you don't have them, or you lose, which this is real easy to lose track of when you're cleaning, if you lose those, it is not going to work the way it's supposed to. So just a little quick FYI, I learned about that from other guys on brew tubers and people on YouTube's with this. Those 2 items right there go center post and then around the outside. I put a little bit of food grade lube on this as well, just to keep everything good and pliable. I'm sure they sell replacements of these, but just something as a heads up. So we're going to get ready to mash in here. So I got the pump running this, it's recirculating. I use a drill with a paint stir on it. I feel like it's easier for me to do. I can run them at the same time and keep things running. so we are mashed in. Let's see if we can get you a good shot of that. So recirculating over the top. I overshot my temps a little bit. I was kind of expecting to be a little bit more of a drop off. So it's on its way down, 4 degrees, so not too bad, 3.5 degrees. I was expecting, because the temperature in here and the grains were cold, that it would be more of a, I didn't keep them in the house last night, I kept them out here, so thought it'd be a little bit more of a drop off there. It's not as bad as I thought, so that'll come back down and then we'll get rolling. So timer's good. Using Brewfather, if you've never used that before, it's a great software to use. Nice to have it online because you can flip your phone back and forth between brewing inside, brewing outside, wherever you've got your devices. So, all right, I will catch you on the next time. All right, so we got the mashes finished up. I got my screen coming out. So I just basically, I need to get a ratcheting system, but if this works, and let this drain. So it'll drain in there. I'm bringing it up to temperature, and we'll get ready to make our first hop drop. So we have a bittering small. It's a 1/4 ounce of bittering, and then we'll get ready to hit our boil. All right, catch you in a minute. All right, well, I'll get back a little bit, steamed up. So that is the bittering gold, 0.25 ounces. Sorry, my bad. All right, that is the only hop addition. All right, we're at the 15-minute mark. We've got a whirled flock and yeast nutrient. All right, so we are ready to chill. We're sitting at 209-ish. I had to put the chiller in. We got the Whirlpool arm in there. Open this back up a little bit. Get it going fully. Get a nice Whirlpool going. We're going to go down to about 170. I think we'll go 170. Ready to go with that. Alright, so I have a pump sitting in the pool. That's probably sitting in the 40-degree range or something like that. Run a hose in and then a hose out, so we'll turn the pump on. So it's running in. Got that hose that goes out right over on the other side of the garage. And there she goes. I love it. How fast that thing's moving. We'll get down there in just a second, then we'll catch you for the hot drop when we do Whirlpool. Alright, so this is what I've got. Hops gone. 4 ounces of Chinook from this past fall. Smell on these things are awesome. So we're sitting at 170. We'll let these go for about 20 minutes and then we'll chill the rest of the way down. Alright, so that's the 4 ounces of Chinook hops, whole cone, and we are chilling the rest of the way down. So we'll pitch our yeast and get ready to go. You gotta love the chiller, 40-degree water. Alright, so she's all set. Hit it with a couple of pounds of PSI of CO2. I got my spunning valve here. I'll plug that in and then put her to bed for the night. Alright, so So she's in the chamber. Got it set for 68 degrees, so it's set for heating right now. Just got the sensor right there to the side, just going to do the air temperature off. It is set for just over 15 pounds. Got my heating pad in here, setting up, and then she's ready to go. Alright guys, hope everybody has a great one. Sláinte. Alright, fermentation's done on the Hoppy Blonde. So that's my firm, the torpedo keg. So the mega mouth. I am doing a closed transfer right now. So I fill, obviously you got your fermented beer in here. I hit this with about 15 to 20 pounds of PSI of CO2. You have a purge keg, and you could use this. I'll try to remember to put a block up here on the top so that you can see. You can use actually fermentation CO2 to purge this if you want, or you can just use your regular CO2 canister and push Star San out of it. But you got a purge keg. So this has got about 10 pounds PSI. This is again about 15 or so. So you have your liquid line, liquid to liquid. Hit the liquid on here, and then push in the CO2. Push in the CO2 here. So as the liquid goes through and into this, it's pushing CO2 back into here, so it keeps pressure on this and continues the flow. So now you're not using any extra CO2 with this, and it just will empty this out. It's already been cold crashed, already set, so you're going to get clear beer. And I think I remember showing earlier in this video, I've got the float it on this. It's a floating dip tube. If you're worried, so I know I didn't have a full 5 gallons in this. As I said, I think before, my levels ended up being a little bit low. But if you're worried about it, you want to put a scale underneath this. About 55 pounds typically, but obviously I would check it, but typically about 55 pounds is what a keg will typically bring in. At least the kegs I have. So if you have a little bit different kegs than a standard ball lock, like this doesn't have the rubberized top to it, so I'd have to weigh this. But it's a nice easy way to be able to have complete O2, a transfer without any O2 egress coming into it. So another reason why I like keg fermentation. So alright, hopefully next time we see you, it will be a tasting video. Alright, so this is the final product of the Hoppy Blonde. This is with whole cone hops. Overall, I've been pretty satisfied with it. So it is pretty clear. You can see the label, the Sam Adams Boston Lager. You're looking through. I did not put any clearing or clarifying. Sorry, can't talk today. No clarifying in it. Pretty good bubbles coming up through. A little bit of bubbles on the side there, so probably didn't get the glass quite cleared up, but overall pretty solid. On the nose, it's more malt than it is anything else. Not a lot of hop. It's kind of I'd say probably a low bitterness, not super high on the bitterness. I wouldn't say it's out of balance, but probably just a little bit low. I think I may bump it up just next time I do it a little bit. Don't get a ton in the Whirlpool, so with those hops that come through. Very good drinking beer, easy. I was hoping out of the 4 ounces that I might get a little bit more of the floral, those types of things that would come through on those hops, and I wasn't sure what exactly I was going to get out of the hops. Again, they're locally grown. And being a whole cone, I wasn't sure. I do get a little of the vegetal. And that does kind of come through on the back of the palate a little bit. That's one of the things I've done when I grow my own hops here, that I found when I Whirlpool with those, especially when it's a wet hop. So pick them and use them immediately. I get a lot of the vegetal come through, so I found that if I dry them, I don't get as much of that coming through. But overall, really solid beer. I think this will drink just fine. You know, a nice color on it. Yeah, that's straw to a little bit of a golden, so can't complain. So overall, a really solid beer. Real happy with it. Probably will use
I'll probably bump it up next time I do it and use all the whole cones. I think I have, excuse me, I think I have 8 ounces left. So if I were to brew this again, probably throw them all in there and give it another shot and see how it turns out. So thanks for everybody hanging out and watching along with me. Hope everybody has a great December going on so far. We are December 10th, so almost halfway through the month. And I'll wish everybody happy holidays and Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Hope everybody has a great one. Sláinte, guys.